Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. Good morning. Let me share this to the morning page. Hope you guys are ready to get this day started. Hope you had a great day on yesterday. Hope you enjoyed the show yesterday. Okay, there we go. Hope you enjoyed the show yesterday. Hope you shared, because sharing is caring. Remember, if your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Welcome. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. What better place to be than here with me? I wish y'all could see my shirt. It says the beach is my happy place. And that's where I want to be. I'm ready for all things beach and vacation. So I am ready. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so let's get right started. Let's get started with the quote of the day, which I absolutely love. The quote of the day is, if y'all don't know anything about me, know that once I discovered who Maya Angelou was, that is who I wanted to be. Period. It was the only reason why I applied to Winston-Salem State, was because she was teaching a class there. And I wanted to be Maya Angelou so bad. I wanted to meet her, and it was my dream to meet her and to write words like Maya Angelou and to be so eloquent with my words. And so today's quote is from her. I do my best because I'm counting on you counting on me. I do my best because I'm counting on you counting on me. And I love that quote, because I do my best because I know that you guys expect certain things from the Fearless Morning Show. And because you expect it, I expect it from myself. And there we go. I do my best because I'm counting on you counting on me, by Maya Angelou. That is the quote of the day, and I absolutely love it. And if you've never read any of Maya Angelou's work, please read anything that she has written. It is amazing. But and she had a beautiful life. She had an amazing life. It was very colorful, as they say. But the quote, I do my best because I'm counting on you counting on me. Love that. All right, so let's get right into the fearless thought of the day, y'all. The fearless thought of the day is easy as 1, 2, 3. Because I'm all about making it easy for everybody. Yesterday we talked about freedom, what that looks like, and that, you know, the divine lives in you, and that the creator of the universe gave you the same rights. And then when we realize that, then we can live to the truest identity of ourselves. So today I want to make it easy. Easy is 1, 2, 3. I want to remind you, number one, that you're an engineer. You are an engineer, and you have all the tools that you need to begin to build your life, to build your legacy, to build whatever you like. You have all the tools because you're an engineer. You have been building things your whole life. You have been building currently what you see. You have built what your children see. You have built your career. You have built your marriage. You have built friendships. You have been building things. I'll be 45 in 3 weeks. I have been building things for 45 years. I don't want you to underestimate your ability to build things or negate the fact that you're an engineer. And you may say, Jojo, that I'm not an engineer. Yes, you are. Daily, you build habits for your family. Daily, you build a legacy for your family. Daily, you do these things. You, my friend, are an engineer. Now, people outside may call it something different, but if you get to the basics, an engineer simply looks at a structure and or a place to build a structure, correct? And then they begin to build. So you have already in your hand everything that you need to build yourself, your family, your community. You are an engineer. Take some time today, if you don't believe me, take some time today and look at the things around you and the things that you have built around you. Look how you have built your family habits. Look at how you have built your character. Look at how you have built things, your children's, their thought processes. Look at how you have built your grandchildren's thought process. How people react to you is how you have built yourself as an engineer. So we're going to keep it real simple today. If you don't like what you built, then you got to change some things, correct? And here's where a lot of us, as we are reconstructing things, I have a whole class on the new rules to the new you. And part of that is you get to decide what you want to see. So that's the wonderful thing about being an engineer. You get to decide what you want to see. As the engineer of Waddell Consulting Services, I get to decide what I want to see built. Every day you are engineering something. Now we can get, it can get hard, it can get confusing when we have been building away for so long. Maybe you have engineered your life in such a way you have built yourself into a wall. Can we be honest that we have engineered ourselves into a wall? We have built ourselves right into the wall, and we can't seem to find our way out because we keep building up. We ain't trying to break down a wall. We ain't trying to make a door. We don't want to see a window because we assume our current reality is true and that we can't move past it. Remember, we talked about that yesterday, that we can't move past it. And so we keep engineering more and more on top of what is there. And we're screaming to get out, but we're not quite sure how we can get out. We just know that we need out. Good morning, Miss Kimberly. So you are a whole engineer. Don't let nobody take your title from you. You are it. When you open up your mouth, you begin to build things. When you wake up every morning, you are going to work to build a thing. So now it is up to us to decide what it is that we want to build. Okay? Now, all of that's been super duper easy, right? So now here's where we get stuck in thinking, well, Jojo, I've been building this. You 45, so if you 45, I got to be 70. So I've been building this thing for a long time, and I'm not sure how to rebuild or restructure or redesign. So I'll make it real easy for you. Because here's what I don't want us to get caught. Because sometimes, here's my thing, y'all. I don't want you to allow catchphrases to keep you stuck. I don't want you to allow catchphrases and things to keep you stuck. Meaning, don't allow words to convince you that you have to do all this rigmarole to do a thing. So some of the catchphrases are, think positive, remember your mindset. Hey, I say those, and they are all very true. But let me help you get to the basics of engineering. The basics of engineering for ourselves is easy as 1, 2, 3. If you currently do not like where you are, what you're doing, if you don't like what you're building, today is your day off. You're not building anything today. Okay? You're going to take a day off, and y'all, and I wrote this hit me last night right before I went to bed, so I wrote it in my phone. So I had to go back and decipher my own words. So let me pull it up. So because sometimes when we think about changing our building structure, we think about all the things that we have to, that depend on us, that that depend on us to keep going the way we're going. But if we keep going up and up and up, and our structure is not sound, what's going to happen, right? It's going to be like some Legos and it's going to fall over, right? Good morning, Kimberly. It's going to fall over. So I want you to take a break from being an engineer today. Take a break from that. So this is how we're going to take a break. 1, 2, 3. And sometimes it is that simple, because a lot of things are going to be required in the rebuilding. Like yesterday, we talked about courage and doing it repeatedly over. And we talked, y'all, if you missed yesterday's show, this actually ties in very perfectly, that we're a reflection of a creative genius. And when we realize our truth and accept it as our reality, then we can believe the truest version, the reflections of ourselves. And freedom requires consistent and repeated acts of courage. You must be courageous to admit all things are possible, 1. 2, and that you are equipped to handle them. You are equipped because you're an engineer. You were put here to build things. You were put here to structure things. Now, when you're willing to demonstrate this degree of courage and take a risk, then you are totally free. What you believe, how you feel, what you do, and how you respond is the only hindrance to your freedom. Period. Being free is knowing that the divine believes in you. We allow time, space, and people in our current reality to dictate what we can and cannot be, because we hinder ourselves first before we comprehend the blessing second. You hinder yourself first before you comprehend the blessing second. Go back and watch the show yesterday. It was good. So that kind of goes hand in hand with us being engineers today. So when we think about building things again, we think about everything and everybody that is depending on us for this structure to continue as it is. But we all know that, you know, right in that period, right before we go to sleep and right when we wake up, when we are our truest selves, that's when you had that real conversation, Jojo. You can't keep going, girl. I know what you're going to do. We're going to wake up and do it again, but we can't. Right there, that is where you're going to have to decide that you don't want to build this thing anymore. That is where I'm going to start on a new structure. I'm going to start building a new thing. So it's the easiest 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's going to take a positive day. So find that one place, find that space. I don't care if it's in your house. I don't care if it's by the water. And so if your favorite space is at the beach and you can't go right now, there are plenty of apps that you can put on your TV, because everybody got a smart TV, and you can put a picture of the beach on there, and you can have that quiet space, right? By yourself. So the first thing, engineering 101, JoJo style, number 1 is find a space, a place where you really like, that makes you smile. Go there at least once this week. We're going there today, okay? That's where we're going today. So we're going to our favorite place. And when you get there, number 2, don't do anything when you get there. Only thing I want you to do, I want you to be glad that you came, right? I don't want you to bring a book. I don't want you to bring a piece of paper. I don't want you to do any of that. I want you to be absolutely glad. This is the fun part here. Be glad you came. Be glad that you're there. And then I want you to laugh and giggle when you get there. Don't do anything when you get there, but be glad that you're there. I want you to smile, laugh, and giggle, because there's nobody with you. The third one is, this is your personal time. You ain't bringing a kid. You ain't bringing a man. You ain't bringing a boo. You ain't bringing nobody but yourself. And you are there, and you're going to enjoy whatever your favorite space or place is by yourself. Period. Okay? And number 4, I want you to only allow good thoughts in this space. This space is not for negative thinking. Period. So this is Engineer 101 for beginners. If we are engineers and we are rebuilding our life, there's 4 things we got to do, right? 4 things. Find our favorite space or place. If you don't have one and you can't get there, create it. Let me tell you, I know we're on quarantine and some of us are not anymore, and you still got kids and things to do. Still find that quiet space that you enjoy. Create it for yourself. Try to go there once a week. Today, you are off today from being the engineer of anybody else's life, including your own. You are off today. Find that happy space. For me, it's going to be the lake. I can't get there, so I'm going to the front porch where I go every morning. I'm going to sit on the steps, and I put on my little app that plays the ocean while I'm sitting there, and that's what I do. Number 1, find that space. And then as you get good at this, because today is just your first day off from being an engineer, as you get good at this, I want you to do it 1 day a week. And if you can't get away to your happy space 1 day a week physically, you can go there in your mind. Number 2, don't do anything when you get there, but be glad that you are there. So when you think about it, I want you to get excited. I want you to smile about, I'm going to my space today. I'm going to my place today. And when you get there, the only thing that is required is for you to laugh and giggle and have fun. This is your number 3 is this is your personal time. It's not family time. You can, if you find yourself having to bring the kids along, you cannot go. I want you to be structured in this. You cannot go if you're bringing somebody else with you. No, this is your private space in your time. And then number 4, only allow good thoughts there. There is no negativity there. Negativity like, why JoJo got me sitting out here on this darn porch telling me to find my happy space, knowing I need to go in here and cook these kids something to eat, knowing I got to be at work, knowing I could be doing better things. Ain't no thinking that thought is allowed. The only thoughts that are allowed there is, now this is right peaceful. I think JoJo may be on to something. I like this. And when you get there, can you give yourself at least 15 minutes where we are laughing and giggling and smiling? When we think about our space, we are happy and excited. There's no one there but us, right? And only good thoughts are there. Now, we have that easiest 1, 2, 3, 4. We got that set up. That's engineering 101. And if you continue to do that once a week, shoot, once a day if you want to, but once a week, if you can fit that time in to do that, and it's 15 minutes, let me tell you what will happen. You will begin to engineer different things other than what you see right now. You are frustrated right now because you are facing life, and life has you between a rock and a hard place. And you don't see any way for any peace of mind or anything. And the only thing you know is to keep working and to keep building. So I'm giving you today off from being an engineer. And we're going back to class, Engineer 101, JoJo style. And so you're going to do this once a week. And what you will find is that you will then, in just those 15 minutes, you will have the space to allow better thoughts to come in. Because in your private space, what you're technically doing, when you're not allowing anyone in, you're not allowing any negative thoughts, you're not allowing any other people, you're building something there without the restrictions of everyone else. And then, now once you get used to that, now here comes JoJo talking about is your mental health. Now here comes the positive mindset. Because in the beginning, you think you got to do all of it instantaneously when you do not. You don't. We're going to do it in 3 easy steps. Find the space. Be glad that you're there. Only positive thoughts, nothing negative. And this is nobody can come but you. They're not allowed. And you can use me as an excuse and say, JoJo said you're not allowed. And I don't care. I'll take that. And what you'll find is you will begin to build what you want. You'll begin to engineer something different. And what this will do is give you space to think different thoughts, to reintroduce into the building that you currently have. See, right now, it may be hard to think all of these wonderful new thoughts because the structure you're in doesn't allow light in. You haven't built any windows. You haven't built any doors. You've been building a structure of struggle, strife, problem, life, struggle, strife. And there's no room for any outlet. You ain't built a hallway. You ain't built a window, a door. And all you know is darkness. All you know is complaining. All you know is frustration. All you know is problem after problem after problem. When you realize that you're an engineer, because that's what you are, and you absolutely have the opportunity to build something different. See, you don't understand how you can build it now because there's no space for you to build because your back is against the wall and your foot is on the other wall, and you keep going, right? But when you step away from that job and just go sit and be quiet, because the first step to live past crazy, number one, is to be quiet. And then you realize it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Find your space. Be excited about it. Don't do anything when you're there. Don't bring a book. You don't need paper and pencil. All you need is yourself. And then only allow good thoughts there. When I tell you that will renew you, rejuvenate you, and it's going to provide a release that you didn't even know you needed. You need a day off from being an engineer. You have raised the children. You are helping with the grandchildren. You are helping mom and them. You're helping daddy. You're helping sister, cousin, brother. You're helping the community. You're helping the woman down the street. You are helping everyone. And as you go, you're just building stuff. And that's a wonderful thing. But you need to build for yourself. And or take a look at the structure that you have built. Has what you built sustaining you? Or is what you're building wearing you down? Because some of us are building structures that can't hold us. So we're building and holding the structure up at the same time. And you wonder why your neck hurt and your back hurt. Because you're building and holding the structure at the same time. And then, come on, Bible scholars. Who was that was building a wall? Jeremiah. He said, you need to build with one hand and fight and have your sword in the other. Because we ain't stopping. That's what we're not fixing to do. And you've been doing that for years. You've been doing it your whole life. You've been building and fighting. One in one hand, one in the other hand. Today is your day off. And it's Engineering 101. It's the Engineering Remedial class. Engineering Remedial for beginners. Number 1, find your space. Be happy that you're there. Number 2, don't bring anybody with you. And don't do anything there. Be happy, smile, and giggle. It is your free time and your free space. And only allow good thoughts there. And then the more you do that, the more you will begin to understand your current structure. And the more you are in your quiet time and your happy space of Engineering 101. You can say, I'm going back to school, I'm going back to class, whatever you want to call it. And the more you sit here in the beginner section, the more time you will find that you can observe this structure over here and figure out where it may not be working, why it has not served you, and then what you can do about it. See, you can't figure out how to fix it because you in it. You haven't stepped away from it. You always said, I ain't got time. I just got to keep going. And I've been there. Jojo, you don't understand. If I quit, it's going to fall down. But if I don't quit, it's going to fall down. I've been there. I've been there several times. If I quit working, all the bills will not get paid. I already don't pay them on time. I already don't have enough to pay them. So you meaning to tell me to quit? Girl, you crazy. Because if I quit, we won't have no lights, no food. We won't have nothing. I've been there. Where I wanted to quit, I couldn't quit. And frustration was out the roof. But today, can we recognize that we're engineers? And the one who created the universe is at the core of your being, and you are unlimited. Right now, you are assuming that there is no answer. Right now, you are assuming that you cannot build a new structure. Right now, you are insisting that your age, your mindset, your money, your physical location are all valid reasons why you cannot do a thing when they are not. Good morning, Leah. You absolutely cannot do that. You can't use those. My quote yesterday, we allow time, space, and people in our current reality to dictate what we can or cannot be and or do. That's not fair. Don't hinder yourself first, and then you can't comprehend your blessing second. And some of us, I want us to be very clear of what we're doing, because this is engineering school 101, and we're getting the basics, because it's easy as 1, 2, 3. But I want us to be very clear what we're doing is that as we are in the structure that does not serve us, as we have built the walls with no windows and no end in sight, and there's no hallways and there's no deviation, and there's no room for anybody to come in to help us at all, and we're screaming through brick walls but not quite yet understanding why no one can hear us, that's because you have built your structure sound for just you, and no one can hear your screams. So this is what you do. I want us to get this very simple. This is what we do. We pray to whatever religion, right? Whatever you subscribe to, you pray. And you pray and say, can you fix this for me? Can you make this for me? I need this thing. But it goes back to the show yesterday, right? It says, you must be courageous to admit that all things are possible, one, and that you are equipped to handle them all, two. So right now what you're doing is you're building up and you're praying, and you're building walls with no windows. You have no way out, ain't no air circulating. You're stifling, you're dying, and you're screaming, but can't nobody hear you because you built a soundproof structure, and there's no way for anybody to get in. But yet you're praying, Lord, help me. Whoever, fix this. The universe, do that. I need help from this. But as soon as those words leave your lips, you don't believe that it will happen, so you continue to build. Because if you truly believe that whatever you say, and if you missed the show where I talk about your words carry weight, and your words are your character, and your character are your words. If you prayed and you allowed those words to fall out of your mouth, you would at least pause for a minute, just for a minute, to realize that you got to do two things. Admit that all things are possible no matter how high you've built the walls. Two, that you are equipped to build another way. Now, if you pray and say, Lord, help me out this mess. Lord, remove me from this thing. Lord, do this thing. But as soon as it leaves your lips and you do not believe that all things are possible and you are equipped to do it, it will not happen. And let me show you how. And you can say, Jojo, but I'm really believing for God to do this thing. Let me show you how you not. Real simple. This is how you not. You keep building the same way. If you believed in your own prayer, if you believed that the Creator himself was at your core and that he gave you everything that you needed, because the natural progression of man is to great. If you believe that thing, if you had courage to think that thought just for 1 second, right? If you had the freedom and the space of mind to think that, you would absolutely build a different thing. You would begin to build a different thing. And you would begin to build with a different mindset. Not with the mindset of, I can't, I don't know, let me do it again, I can't. You would begin to build differently. That's how I know when you said the prayer, Lord, fix this, do that, make a way, and you've been dipped in the holy oil, you have been deep fried in it, honey, you wear the Spirit every day, but nothing has changed just because you don't believe. in what you said because you don't think all things are possible and you don't believe that you are equipped. That is evident by what is continuing to be. So you can't, for me, and this is just, hey, JoJo's thoughts. This is just my opinion. But I like to deal in facts only. If I ask for this thing, because my prayer life is going to require something of me. It's going to require action. So if I'm bold, remember we talked about being bold enough to ask the question, bold enough to receive the answer. You got to be bold enough to do the work of the answer. You got to be bold enough to make room for the answer. So I said, Lord, I want to travel the world. I want to do this. And I want to tell people, however you have used my story, that this is possible if they do these things. And he said, okay, JoJo, I got you, boo. You can do that. You can be the only live past crazy specialist. He said, you can be my sister's keeper. Baby, you can be whatever word you want to attach to that. You're free to. I live at your core, and boo, all things, whatever you say, I got you. Right? But then came engineering 101. You got to begin to build a thing. Now, he gave you all the tools. Now, which tools you choose to pick up is your decision. I ain't got no money. I don't know. I'm stuck here. I'm just JoJo. Who gonna listen to me? You can build that structure, or you can look at the other tools that you have. And some of us, we've buried our other tools and we can't find them. But we steady praying, Lord, do this thing. And it's going to require something of you. So as I was saying, Lord, I want to travel the world and I want to tell people how to live past crazy because I have lived in it. I know what it's like to be broken. So I want to show people what it feels like to be healed. That's what I want to do. He said, okay, no problem. But guess what? This is how I knew, y'all, let's get simple. This is how I knew I wasn't ready for that. The opportunity came. He said, go to Texas. I don't do planes. Okay. Drive. That's too far to drive, just for a day. Okay. So that opportunity passed me by. Here come another one. Oh, well, you can go to New York. Oh, I don't fly. Okay, drive. That's too far to drive for one day. Okay. An opportunity came by, and I allowed my self-imposed restrictions to stop me. Which brings me to my quote yesterday. And sometimes y'all come up with some good quotes. Because I hindered myself first, I could not comprehend my blessing second. Because I hindered myself first, I could not comprehend my blessing second. I said what I wanted. I hindered myself by saying I couldn't do the thing. So then I couldn't see the blessing of it. Well, Lord, why are you giving this to me when you know I don't do these things? So you don't get to you don't get to ask for it and get the rules on how you want it to come. There's some requirements of you there. So because you have hindered yourself first, you can't comprehend your blessing second. So what do you keep doing? Building. Straight up. Building with no windows and building with no walls. And you're screaming for dear life. You're exhausted for yelling for help. But boo, you built a soundproof house. You have built it so no one can help you. You have built it so nothing can come in there. That's why today is your day off. That's why we're talking about it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You are an engineer. Today I want you to accept your title that you are an engineer. And boo, we about to break ground on a new structure. We're about to break ground. We're about to build a whole new foundation. If y'all been with me for a while, we've talked about the foundation. We've talked about being a small business owner. We've talked about taking ownership. We talked about planting things. And if you put all that together, we have built a whole new building. You built a whole new community of you. And until you realize that you have built the current community you're in because you are engineering it every time you open up your mouth and open up your eyes, then you can never build the new one. So today it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You're an engineer. Let me tell you how we're going to make it easy now. This is why we ain't talking about positive mindset. I ain't talking about mental health. I'm not talking about positive thoughts. We going real simple. Number 1, find you a space that you enjoy. A space that makes you smile. If that's the beach and you can't go right now, go sit down on your front porch with your flip-flops on, your tank top or your sundress. Find that app that plays the waves and the sounds of the beach. And for the next 15 minutes, you sit there with that sound playing. Number 2, don't do anything while you listening to that, but smile and be happy that you're there. Period. Number 3, this is your personal time. You ain't doing this with nobody. You ain't doing it with your man. You ain't doing it with your best friend. You ain't doing it with your kids, your mama and them. This is you and you alone. This is your personal time. And then only allow good thoughts at this place. We're not allowing any negative thoughts. I don't care that you sitting on your front porch and you're like, JoJo, this crazy. You got me on my front porch listening to the sounds of the beach with my flip-flops on. I'll take that. But only allow good thoughts. We're not talking about, JoJo got me on this front porch. I could be cooking. I could go ahead and start that load of clothes. No, ain't none of that allowed. Only thing allowed there is good space. Good thinking, happy thoughts. That is the only thing that is allowed there. There's no negative thinking. And I want you to give yourself 15 minutes. And I want you to pick your day of the week. So if it's Tuesday, you go to your happy place. Like mine is the lake. And if I know I can't this Tuesday go to the lake, but I'm dedicated to my Tuesday going to my happy place, then by golly, Tuesday, I'm going to my happy place. Whether I got to go sit in a car to get there, whether it's on the front porch, but I'm going. And when I get there, I'm not doing a thing. I'm just excited and happy and glad that I'm there. This is my own personal time, and I only allow good thoughts. Easy as 1, 2, 3, and I threw an extra one in there. You're an engineer, okay? It's that simple. If you don't believe me, look at what you're building. Look at what you've already built. And if you don't like that, but we're going to build a whole new blueprint. And if y'all don't know, and y'all wouldn't know because I probably haven't told you, I do have a Live Past Crazy blueprint class that you can purchase. If you send me a message, I will tell you all about it and sign you up for it. And in this Live Past Crazy blueprint, right, we're going to identify some things and we're going to start structuring it. And so when you're done, it's a real big, long piece of paper. It looks like a for real blueprint. And you can hang it up on your wall. So when you see this thing happening, oh, then you know to do this thing. And when this thing happens, oh, you know to do this. But first, we got to recognize that we are engineers. That we are. Here's the quote of the day, which I absolutely love. I do my best because I'm counting on you counting on me, by Maya Angelou. I do my best because I'm counting on you counting on me. I know that you're counting on the Fearless Morning Show. So because I know you're counting on that, I'm counting on me and I'm doing the best. It is that simple. So on this absolutely wonderful morning, it's going to be an amazing day. Please go back and watch yesterday's show if you missed it, because it was good. You are a reflection of the creative genius of the Creator. Period. And when you realize this truth, then you can live to the truest reflection of your identity. And freedom requires consistent and repeated acts of courage. You must be courageous to admit all things are possible and you are equipped to handle them all. So engineering 101, find your space. Find that happy space. Don't do anything when you get there. You are required to laugh and smile and giggle. This is your personal time. Nobody can come with you. And allow only good thoughts. So the lake is one. The park is another. If y'all been with the Fearless Morning Show, y'all know I love to swing. I will get on a swing and I'm not taking a kid to the park. Mom, where you going? I'm running to the store. I'll be back. And the park is literally maybe 2 minutes from my house. And I will park there. I don't care that there's little kids there. It doesn't faze me. I will get on that swing, honey. I take my shoes off and I get on that swing and I throw my head back and I laugh and I giggle and I live my whole best life for about 15 minutes, 20. And it has reset my entire mind. There are no negative thoughts allowed there. I throw my head back and I look at the sky. I look at how far up I can go. I feel what it feels like when I come back down, and it makes the pit of my stomach tickle. And then when I'm done, I jump out. I always love jumping out the swing. Yes, my knees are bad. Yes, I'm about to be 45, but I do it anyway. And then guess what? If I feel like I need to do it again, I get back into the swing and I do it again. Y'all, you need to find you a space that way. So as we end Engineering Class 101, I hope you've enjoyed your first day of class. I hope this has been fun for you. I hope you have learned something. I hope something I said that can help you think differently. And I hope today, it is my truest desire that you do practice this today. We're not talking about mindset or anything else. I just want you to find a happy space. Don't do anything there. Laugh and smile. That's your personal time. Don't bring anybody with you, and only allow good thoughts. Do that once a week for 15 minutes, and then come back and tell me what's happening. Then come back and tell me what you really think. So I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Phyllis morning shows. If they do not have YouTube and they don't do Facebook, this will be on Instagram. This will be Phyllis Morning Show in under 2 minutes. If they don't do that, we do have a podcast. And this will be a podcast shortly so that they can listen to it. If they don't do any of that, they can read the books. Fearless Woman Born to Give Thanks and Transition to Freedom. So there are plenty of ways that they can find me. And I do have some exciting news to share. And maybe I'll share it tomorrow morning at the beginning of the show. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. All right, guys. So on this wonderful day, let me leave you with the quote of the day, which I love Maya Angelou. Y'all know I wanted to be her growing up. I wanted to be her. Oh, before I do that, Sister Rise Retreat, October the 16th through the 18th, bit.ly/Sister Rise. You'll hear more about that. You'll start seeing some more videos and information. And next week, I am doing another round of Self-Care is Gangster, bit.ly/Gangster Care. Let me type that in. So you can sign up. And you have to confirm your email address so I can get the notification, okay? And the Sister Rise Retreat. Y'all, this is a different kind of retreat now. I want you to come with an open mind, because Rise stands for Revitalizing Individual Sacred Energy. We ain't playing with this thing. We doing some work for real, all right? So those are the two things that I got coming up for right now. And if you don't know, I did 2 books. A book came out in May, and a book just came out last week, and 2 anthologies. I'll be posting more about that and how you can purchase those if you like. The quote of the day: I do my best because I'm counting on you, counting on me. That's by Maya Angelou. For those who are close to me, y'all know I wanted to be her so bad, but I cannot come close to Maya. And I respect her in all her greatness. I do my best because I'm counting on you, counting on me. The Fearless thought of the day is easy as 1, 2, 3. You are an engineer, and you have all the tools you need to begin building the new version of whatever it is you need to see. So easy as 1, 2, 3, find that space. Go there at least 1 day a week, spending 15 minutes. You want to go to a place that makes you smile and happy. 2, don't do anything there, but be glad you came. Smile and giggle when you're there. Number 3, this is your personal time. Don't take nobody with you. No kid, no man, no mama, no phone, no nothing. And number 4, only allow good thoughts in this space. Negativity is not allowed, period. So go there once a week and start with 15 minutes, and then you can increase. I promise you will start building something different. So today is your day off from being an engineer. I hope this has helped someone. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. And I want you guys to be peaceful, period, because there's nothing after that. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.